Good morning, students. I am Daranappa Gowda, lecturer in English, Government PU College, Puttur. Today, I would like to discuss about the 13th lesson of 2nd PU English, where there is a wheel by P. Sainath. As we know, P. Sainath is an Indian journalist and photojournalist focused on social problems, rural affairs, poverty, and aftermath of globalization. Where there is a wheel is an essay taken from his book, Everybody Loves a Good Drought. We know, students, many of the movements, maybe Quit India movement, Chipko movement, like that. Here is a movement, that is the cycling movement, and it is a social movement taken place in Pattukottai district of Tamil Nadu. Thousands of neo-literates women were the participants of this social movement or cycling movement. So, what is the special about this movement? So, this is participated by the rural women, thousands of neo-literates, andre Navasakshararu. Neo-literate women were the participants. Cycling seems a chosen medium for rural women for the past 18 months. Over 1 lakh rural women taken to buying bicycle as symbol of independence, freedom, and mobility. Mobility in the sense moving from one place to the other place. And over 70,000 of these rural women have taken part in public exhibition cum contest. You see, in the heart of Pudukkottai, young women zip along, that means move very quickly, speedily along the roads on their bicycles. So, who are the women? If I name Jamila Bibi, Fatima, Avakkanni are the women who are addicted to cycling. Deepadinda Deepavanna Hachutteve. One light can light many lights, thousands of lights. In the same way, these rural women not only learnt the art of cycling, but also they trained scores of other women the art of cycling. In this way, cycling has swept across the district. You know, friends, here is a word, idiomatic word, sweep across. It's very familiar. Coronavirus, sweep across the world. Coronavirus, sweep across India. So, sweep across means spread everywhere. So, cycling has swept across this district of Pattukottai. See, who are the other participants of this movement, cycling movement, a social movement? Women agricultural laborers, quarry laborers, village health nurses, Balwadi and Anganwadi workers, gem cutters, school teachers, Grama Sevikas, midday meal workers are the main participants of this cycling movement. One of the pioneers of cycling movement was N. Kannamal, who is a Arivali Central Coordinator, finds of the benefits the rural women get in the art of cycling, or when they learn to cycling, what are the benefits they get, she lists out. The first one is cycling gave them a confidence. They got very good confidence. Then, very importantly, it reduces the depends on men. They did not rely on men. They could move their own way. Now the women can do multiple tasks, multiple work at a time. 4-kilometer stretch on her cycle, fetching water with her children. And also carting provisions also done. When there is a movement, a social movement, a cycling movement, when you start a new venture, automatically you have to face many problems. Here also, the rural women faced many of the problems. They had to put up with bad remarks, violent remarks by men. They made filthy remarks on them. But Arivali gave cycling a social sanction. Yes, when you come to the important part of this essay, where there is a wheel, we see an important person behind this. The whole phenomenon was the brainchild of the popular former district collector Sheila Rani Chankat. How does she help the rural women to promote cycling? She trained female activists so that literacy would reach the interior. See, there was a Arivali Ayyakam, that means knowledge of light movement, Saksharata Andolana. So she trained female activists so that literacy would reach the interior or the rural areas or the remote areas. She included mobility as a part of literacy drive. She pushed the banks to give loans to the women so that they could buy the bicycles. And also she gave personal attention in this. So she is a brainchild. So what do you mean by brainchild? See, product of one's own thought, an innovative idea, one's own idea. In this way, she tried to empower women, especially in this cycling movement. See, but here arises a problem. Everyone in Padukottai wanted to learn cycling. So usually there is a too much demand for cycles, and there was a shortage of bicycle, especially the shortage of ladies cycle. No problem. The women, they preferred, they go in for gents cycle. There is a courage they exposed here. No problem. They prefer Gen cycle and they get extra benefit. What is that? There is one extra bar from seat to seat to handle. This led to too much demand for cycle, where Kanakarajan, owner of Ram Cycle shares, is a single dealer, surged 350% in his business. See, as I have already told you, women faced many problems. There was a filthy remarks, violent attack, but we cannot say all are not opposing. There are many who are encouraging them. Among them was Muthu Bhaskaran, who is a male Arivali activist who wrote cycling song which becomes their anthem later. So his song begins, "Oh sister, come learning, move with the wheel of time." So this is the poem written by Muthu Bhaskaran, and I told you he is a male Arivali activist and who supported the rural women in their social movement or cycling movement. See, students, in this cycling movement took place in the year 1991, and it went on. It continued. The single week of 1992, more than 70,000 women displayed their cycling skill at the public exhibition contest, and impressed UNICEF sanctioned 50 mopeds to these Arivali activists and encouraged them in their task. Dear students, if you look at the previous year's question paper, you often see 6 marks question, wheel brings progress, or how cycling movement helped the rural women. What are the economic implications of cycling? The first thing, cycling boosts income of these rural women. Some of the women sell their agricultural or other produce within group of villages. More importantly, cycling cuts down on time wasted in waiting for buses. They need not wait for buses. They can move on their own. And fourthly, it gave more time to focus on selling their produce. I mean agricultural produce. They could cover more areas, and it also increased their leisure time. Usually rural women don't get the time, but cycling helped these rural women. They get more leisure time. They get more rest. And the most important benefit they get was a sense of self-respect. Atma Gaurava. While they learn cycling, they need not depend on their fathers, husbands, sons, brothers and all. That is a benefit of cycling movement. So, in brief, we have discussed the essay where there is a wheel. When you come to the conclusion, bicycle referred here as a humble vehicle. Humble means poor. Humble vehicle refers to a vehicle used by the low economic group people. So here humble vehicle is bicycle, and bicycle is a metaphor for freedom. So with this brief explanation, I would like to conclude. And most often you see some idiomatic words in this lesson. The first one is take two, means begin, zip along, move very quickly, sweep across, spread everywhere, strike by, startled, surprised, turn out one's best, go with one's best dress, brainchild, idea of one's own, innovative idea, then filthy remarks, that is a bad remarks, take by storm, again spread very quickly, put up with, bear, sahisudu, give up, stop, Himalayan achievement. It's a very difficult task to achieve the target. Muster a courage, gather a courage. These are all the idiomatic words which you must note in this lesson. So I would like to give 2 or 3 examples to choose the right expressions. You see, students, in the 29th question paper of your annual examination, you see there is a question, 3 idiomatic words are given in the bracket. Among these 3, you have to choose the correct 2 expressions. And I would like to find out the important 1-mark question in this essay or lesson. So first question, so these are the questions which are often repeated in the previous years, and it is a 1-mark question. Please note these questions. Where did cycling as a social movement first start in India? Where did cycling as a social movement start in India? You know, it is in Padukottai district of Tamil Nadu. So what is cycling a symbol for women in Padukottai district? Answer is, cycling is a symbol of freedom, independence and mobility. Next one, who does Arivali Ayyakkam? What does Arivali Ayyakkam mean? Arivali Ayyakkam means light of knowledge movement. Arivali Ayyakkam it means light of knowledge movement. Who wrote the famous cycling song for Arivali activists? The next important question, who wrote the famous cycling song for Arivali activists? It is none other than Muthu Bhaskaran. The next question is, who was the brainchild of cycling movement in Padukottai? It is former district collector Sheila Rani Chankat. Name the Arivali central coordinator. It is N. Kannammal. What did Sheila Rani Chankat add as a part of literacy drive? What did Sheila Rani Chankat add as a part of literacy drive? It is mobility. How many mopeds UNICEF sanctioned for Arivali women activists? How many mopeds UNICEF sanctioned for Arivali women activists? So UNICEF provided 50 mopeds to Arivali women activists. What has been chosen medium for rural women of Pudukottai? Answer is cycling. Which is the humble vehicle referred in this essay where there is a wheel? Here, humble vehicle is bicycle. Cycling is a metaphor for dash. You will be given 3 options there. Here, cycling is a metaphor for freedom. So these are the important 1-mark questions in this essay. When we go to the next one, 4 marks, please note. And these questions are often repeated in your previous year's question papers. How did cycling help to improve economic status of women in where there is a wheel? So this is the first question. And the second question, how has the cycle transformed the lives of many women in Pudukottai? The third important question, bring out the nature of freedom gained in Pudukottai with the introduction of cycle. So please note, students, these are the 4 marks question frequently asked. So the 6 marks question, as I already told you, justify the statement wheel brings progress. Justify the statement wheel brings progress with reference to where there is a wheel. So if you look at the previous question paper, students, you often observe or see the same questions appeared for the examination as I have already explained you the important things, economic implications, independence, mobility, everything you have to include in this 6 marks question. You have to concentrate on the important part of this lesson. And students, I told you already, in the question paper of 2nd PU English, 29th question, that is, choose appropriate expressions given in the bracket. Through 3 expressions, idiomatic words are given in the bracket, where you have to choose the correct 2 suitable idiomatic words. See, I have pointed out 3 questions here. The first one is, I read out the question given. Sheila Rani Chankat included mobility dash literacy drive, but new cyclist had to dash vicious attack on their character when this begin. So this is the question given to you. In the bracket you are given 3 idiomatic words, put up with, to come off, as a part of. As I told you earlier, put up with means bear, come off means succeed, jayashali agudu, sadhisuvudu, achieve, as a part of, ಒಂದು ಭಾಗವಾಗಿ. So you have to choose the correct 2 expressions here. If you look at the answers, Sheila Rani Chankat included mobility as a part of literacy drive, but new cyclist had to put up with vicious attacks on their character when this begin. So the right expressions are, first one is as a part of, the second one is put up with. We go to the next one. I would like to give another example for this. A lot of women in Padukottai were unable to wait for ladies' cycle. Therefore, they had to dash men's cycle. They knew that bicycles dash time wasted in waiting for buses. The expressions given in the bracket are cut down on, put up with, go in for. So these are the 3 words given in the bracket. 3 expressions or idiomatic words are given. Cut down means reduce, kadime madudu. Put up with, the word already came, sahisu, bear. Go in for, prefer. Go in for, prefer. Find the alternative. So let us discuss the correct expressions which suit to the place. A lot of women in Pudukottai were unable to wait for ladies' cycle. Therefore, they had to go in for men's cycle. They knew that bicycles cut down on time wasted in waiting for buses. So these are the 2 correct answers or expressions which suits here. Next one, I would like to give another possible question in this essay or lesson. Kannammal had never dash to cycle earlier. She was scared of the filthy remarks by men, but she dash when Arivali gave cycling a social sanction. So this is the short paragraph given to you. The words in the bracket or expressions or idiomatic words given in the bracket are took to it, muster a courage, put up with. So the right choice, the right expression here is the first one. Kannammal took to it means begin or start an activity. Next one, muster the courage means gather a courage. ಧೈರ್ಯ ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು, ಧೈರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದುಕೊಳ್ಳುವುದು. And again the put up with. In all these three questions that put up with, where is repeated. Yes. So when we go to the answer, Kannammal had never dashed to cycle earlier. The correct choice is muster a courage. She was scared of filthy remarks by men, but she dashed when Arivali gave cycling a social sanction. But she took to it when Arivali gave cycling a social moment. So, students, dear students, I touched the brief part of the lesson, and I stressed the important 1 mark possible questions, and again 4 marks and 6 marks questions, and I have taken up some of the expressions, possible expressions come in this lesson, and I would conclude, and please go through the lesson for more details, and I wish all the best to your examination. Thank you.